The simple noticing that I am aware of these feelings points to something, that you, the witnessing self, is permanent, while all your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your story are fleeting and impermanent. Has it ever happened that you were absolutely sure something would last forever, only to watch it disappear? A friendship, a job, someone whom you loved or admired. Interestingly, we keep searching for something permanent in a world that keeps changing. Is that a smart move? Seeking permanence in something that by nature is impermanent. Let's explore this as we go along. And this is where the journey of Tattva Bodha begins. In our last episode, we explored the benefits of self-knowledge. In this episode, we will discuss what it requires to absorb that self-knowledge. And if you are looking for a deeper, more beautiful inner life, this podcast and this text is for you. Here at Tvame, our whole purpose is to make spirituality simple and relatable. So to support this initiative, please hit the subscribe button and share it with a friend. That would mean a lot and it will help us grow. Okay, now coming back to what it requires to absorb self-knowledge. It all starts with self-inquiry. And let us be clear, self-inquiry is not casual. It is not the same as asking a question in your head, who am I, and move on. It requires a certain amount of readiness. Why? Because we have incomplete knowledge, which is far more dangerous than having no knowledge. It's not a big problem if you don't know what is 2 plus 2. You can still figure it out. But the problem is when you're convinced that 2 plus 2 equals 5. That error will spoil everything that follows. Similarly, most of us are convinced that we are a personality, our achievements, our story, the roles we play, the mask that we wear, isn't it? And that is the real problem. The problem is that we are truly convinced about something that we are not. The wrong knowledge. And to look beyond our stories and personality and clearly know who we truly are requires a prepared mind. It needs certain amount of readiness. And that's why Tattva Bodha says it is for an adhikari, a qualified seeker. Because a qualified seeker has the readiness to absorb this knowledge. And today we will take the first, which itself is interesting and intriguing. It's called Nitya, Anitya, Vastu, Viveka. Nitya means permanent. Anitya means impermanent. Vastu means entity. And Viveka means the ability to discern, to differentiate. And you will see it is not easy to differentiate between permanent and impermanent. At Tvame, we are here to make this practical and relevant for you. Tell me, does it happen that if someone makes you feel safe, accepted and supported, you feel good about that person? And it also feels this will permanently be there? Or at least you hope it lasts forever? Then months or years later, when the same person doesn't meet your needs, your feeling flips. Sometimes to dislikes or sometimes to even anger. So what happened to the idea or desire of permanence? There isn't any. Let's take our beliefs too. 5 years ago, you might have been totally sure about something, say how a career or a relationship should be. Today, your belief may be different, from what it was 5 years ago, isn't it? And what's the guarantee that what you believe in today will be same 5 years from now? And yet, in this moment, we all hold on to everything so tightly. Our beliefs, relationships, and possessions. We argue, we fight, we hurt ourselves and others. Why? Because we think that we can hold on to all this permanently. So pause and ask yourself, am I expecting permanence from things which are meant to be impermanent? And talking about this over a coffee is one thing, but truly realizing this is another. If you deeply understand impermanence, the future will stop scaring you. You won't be so tightly attached to the outcomes. And the differences that you have with others will stop bothering you. And for this, what requires is Nitya, Anitya, Vastu, Viveka, the ability to discern between permanent and impermanent. Then is there anything permanent to hold on? So hold on, we will discuss about it. The Upanishads take it even further. They say that what you see around are just names and forms, nama rupa, which are always changing. The whole visible world is in flux. If everything is changing, is there something permanent? Just like waves and bubbles appear and disappear, there is something permanent, and that is water. Similarly, in the flux that we see around, there is an unchanging existence, and the Upanishad call that Brahman. The text says it plainly, the one eternal reality is Brahman. It may be difficult to grasp it right now, and it's okay. Now, let's look at our own personal experience. Can you see that the feelings comes and goes, like joy, sadness, anger, calm, happiness? But the one who experiences the witnessing presence remains. For you to notice the changes, you have to be unchanging, isn't it? Only if you stand on a still platform, you can see the train moving. And you don't notice the earth moving because you are moving along with it. Do you get it? The simple noticing that I am aware of these feelings points to something, that you, the witnessing self, is permanent, while all your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your story are fleeting and impermanent. And the ability to see that there is a permanent self which is witnessing the impermanent emotions and thoughts, this ability is called Nitya, Anitya, Vastu, Viveka. So there are two things that you can do to develop this ability. First, clearly observe the impermanence of everything around. Relationships, possessions, beliefs, plans, emotions, thoughts. It will loosen your grip on them and life will become lighter. And second, shift the attention towards that which doesn't change. The witness, the ground of experience. Because without this discrimination, the real self-inquiry never gets started. Try this for a day. Notice one thing that you are clinging to. Say a plan, a belief, a hurt, and ask, is this absolutely permanent? Let the answer sink in. You might be surprised how quickly the tightness loosens. If you are willing to look honestly even at the uncomfortable things, you are already on the path. And Tattva Bodha calls this clarity of truly knowing what is permanent and impermanent the first quality or the first qualification to move forward towards discovering your real essence. We will unpack the other three qualifications in the other episodes. this passion, inner discipline, and the burning desire of liberation, what does it truly mean? But this episode was more for you to understand that the first step towards self-knowledge is my ability to see what changes and what remains. I hope you were able to make that differentiation to some extent. If this episode has touched you in any way, made you pause and think, please support the channel by subscribing and sharing. It really helps to reach more seekers like you. And if you want to go deeper, we at Tvame run live workshops where we explore these practices together and learn how to bring them in our daily life. The link is in the description. Please put in your details there. May there be grace in your seeking. Thank you so much.